Hi there, coach. Thanks for joining us again. So far in chapter 2, we have talked about what a coaching philosophy is and why it is important. We have also explained that our coaching philosophy has to be grounded on a solid ethical foundation, because coaching and sport are an interpersonal and relational activity. All in all, we have made a strong case for having a clear philosophy as a precondition for good coaching practice. In this video, we are going to explore the reality of applying your philosophy and code of conduct in the real world of children's sport. The first thing we need to do is to turn our values and beliefs into what respected coach education author Wade Gilbert calls action statements. What does this mean? Wade says that having lists of core values like fairness, honesty, trust, hard work, etc., or beliefs like sport should be fun or winning is not the main goal, is just one half of the equation, kind of a starting point. He argues that these words become really powerful when we turn them into action statements, phrases or even paragraphs that describe what these words mean in the reality of your day-to-day coaching practice. For instance, fairness may translate into a number of different statements like, I give sufficient attention to all children in my sessions, regardless of ability. I make sure all children get good playing time in matches. I listen to and respect the individual needs of all children. In a way, the values and beliefs set the parameters for your coaching, but the action statements describe how you are going to bring them to life. They are kind of the bridge between theory and practice. We will work on this later in the study guide. Now, once we have our philosophy, values, beliefs and motives and the relevant action statements, it's very important that we communicate these clearly to participants and parents. Why do you think this is? 3 main reasons really. First, it gives them a chance to have some input and ask whatever questions they need to ask to make sure they understand it. If participants and parents feel appreciated and consulted, there is a much stronger chance that they will buy into your philosophy. Second, clearly communicating your philosophy to everyone is the only way for them to fully understand where you stand as a coach and make sense of your coaching practice. Then they can decide if they agree with your philosophy or whether they have to find a new coach or a new club for their children. Or it may be that you have to find a club that fits your values and beliefs better than your current one. And third, clearly communicating your philosophy to participants and players formalizes your commitment to it and gives them permission to pull you up if you start saying or doing things that go against it. It also makes you much more self-aware and allows you to self-check regularly. Okay, so how do we communicate our philosophy? In my experience, there is nothing like face-to-face meetings with the players and the parents. These meetings don't have to be massively formal, and you could even run them as a mini workshop where everyone has a chance to contribute. It is also very helpful to have a couple of brief and clearly written documents, 1 or 2 pages max, outlining your philosophy and give them to players and parents at the beginning of the season. Now, here is the bad news. Complete philosophies are not built overnight, neither written in stone. They evolve after a lifetime of experiences and reflection. And that's why coaches should regularly explore and revisit their philosophies to see if they still agree with them or if they have to change or adapt anything. For example, when I started coaching, one of my core values was fairness. And this translated into a belief that I should treat everyone the same. But over time, I realized that really what I wanted to do was to treat everyone fairly, but not equally, because children are not all the same, and treating them as if they were would be very unfair. Also, bear in mind that circumstances may change, forcing you to adapt or at least reconsider your philosophy. You may move to another club, go from a participation to a performance context, start working with a different age group, or you may experience a critical life event that completely changes your perspective of coaching. A coaching philosophy, while having some pretty solid foundations based on ethics and morality, should always be a work in progress. Last thing, you should look at your coaching philosophy as a pretty accurate guide for your actions, but never as a straitjacket. Again, coaching is about people and relations, and no code of conduct nor philosophy is going to be able to predict or work in every possible situation you may find when coaching. A little flexibility is required to make sure we can be responsive to the realities of life in the front line of coaching, where every person and situation is different. We like to think about your coaching philosophy more like a compass than a GPS satellite navigation system. The compass tells you where true north is, but it also gives you the choice of how to get there. The set navigation tells you step by step and turn by turn what you need to do. But there's a chance you won't be the first driver to end up in a cul-de-sac or a massive traffic jam. Don't be a slave of your own philosophy. Like the Dalai Lama says in his instruction number 5 for a happy life, learn the rules so you know how to break them properly. Okay, on the next video, we are going to talk about the importance of continuously self-evaluating how well your coaching practice matches your written and spoken coaching philosophy. If there are any major disagreements between the two, Houston, we have a problem. For now, please go into the study guide to complete the activities related to this video. Thanks a million for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.